and you get kicked in the fucking face.
In the next bubble screen over here, let's throw curls.
What are the whys, right? What are the whys?
Bears Hour Live.
Here is what the Tape Never Lies Network means to me. Now, there's a lot of sites out there, a lot of fan sites and all that stuff, but there are few, if any, that matches the knowledge, the wisdom, and the charisma of the Tape Never Lies Network. It is what I rely upon each and every week to find out what's going on with our Chicago Bears. Listen, I like the Sick podcast. It's fine. Its host is okay. But for me, the money site is the Tape Never Lies Network. Watch it.
32 is the identity.
Yeah, you look at the tape. So as a coach, your resume is the tape.
Loses the football. Strip sack and
Bears Hour Live.
Give me some fucking
Bears
names,
Hour
man.
Live. We go online right after Bears games with your boys Draft Talk and the smartest man alive. Yo, Bears Hour Live.
Son of a bitch, you better block.
Bears Hour Live. We go online right after Bears games with your boys Draft Talk and the smartest man alive. Rant up with the true analysis. You expect raw passion for the show.
You
Bears
saw
fans
the
get
growth in
locked
Justin
in with real
Fields.
emotion and passion for every play. Coach Phil to bring that range, but then with facts like Shayne. Post-game show like nothing else you're gonna hear. Some can try to copy, but our buckets are sincere. Delivering the truth on what just happened, to be clear. That's why we're on TV, so you can see it, not just hear. Hey, yo, with Draft Dr. Phil, you know it's always hit sticks. True to fundamentals, never gimmicks and tricks. Guess we're moving Soldier Field up to Arlington Heights. Mill out counting bucks while the mayor big fight. As our life keeps growing, Shayne's all knowing. Delivering the truth on how the QB's throwing. Dimes on time or just lacking fundamental. Whatever the case, we get hot like Senso. Fiery discussions on what happened in the game. This ain't your daddy's postgame show, expect a fucking flame. Not for the average fan, I love they can survive.
But don't you worry.
Bears Hour Live.
Bears Hour Live. Bears Hour Live. We go
Let him sit his ass there again. I don't think we're that much worse.
the myth, the Rant legend, Dr. Phil Ocean.
This is football, baby. Culture is the problem.
Let's get
The little things.
Bears Hour Live. Bears Hour
Son of a bitch, you better block.
Live.
That's what happens. That's when you have a real
Right
good team.
after Bears
And let's get it
with
on.
your boys Draft Talk and the smartest.
Give me some fucking names.
This is Bears Hour Live.
Wake up, fuckers! Bears go on the road, pull out a big W. It's about time for some fucking positivity around here. We might get a positive rant tonight. Who knows? Looking forward to it. I don't know, man. This is uncharted territory. Bears come out hot, get punched in the face, and then they actually rebound and play some fucking football. Mac Jones comes in.
Mac Jones, baby. Come on.
Man.
Mac Jones goes out. I got to give my DDP some, got to give him a little shit. I haven't made me do it, Phil. I'm kidding. All right, Bears 33-14 in Foxborough. I know Alex H. and Kerry Franklin up there, they're going crazy, partying out in the trees, all that shit up there in New England. But let's get into it, guys. Bears, big win on the road. Let's get this DDP rant going. You ready?
Nothing like an assistant coach trying to break your balls when you're always right. It's just simple as that. Listen, the game of football is determined by determination, right? That's what my father has said. You have so long to prepare yourselves for this great game of football. So a lot of motherfuckers are backpedaling on their thoughts on Justin Fields Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker. And if you're a patron, you would have heard me on the show. I don't flip-flop, and neither does Shayne. I don't want any stupid-ass receivers on my team because they make one highlight catch that everybody can run and write a narrative about. I want players that are going to build a culture. Justin Fields tonight showed you that when the chips are down, the game is on the line, he's going to try with everything he has to make those kind of plays that you need. And that's what you've seen me say the identity David Montgomery is. That same kind of pride and passion to move the chains. It's not about the big fucking plays. You heard Matt Nagy. The big plays are nice. Effort is better. Big plays come through great effort every single time. And I'm telling you right now, I can't get rid of this Sam Mustipher thing. The one blemish on this game is to see Sam. I don't know. Every week this dude gets a new nickname from me. Tonight, Snagglepuss. He's out there going on a screen. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's missing a tight end screen. He blocks. No, I can't do it. I can't. You're in the way of winning. Schofield comes in and you see a difference. They lock it down. I'm telling you, you got to get a center in here. If Lucas Patrick is out, you got to go forward with somebody else named Dieter Eisland. Get him up. The Snagglepuss has got to stop. It can't be the identity of what you're doing. You can't be held back. Justin Fields, Cole Kmet waking up. Jaquan Brisker making plays. I'm just looking at a football team, and I'm sorry, the domino effect is Justin Fields. There's a certain level of understanding. Now, I will say this. That's not an impressive victory for you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what. Right now, this isn't moral wins. This isn't rainbow. This isn't sunshine. There's a lot of focus that you have to get because the Green Bay Packers suck right now, right? So you have to focus. You lost the game because your punt returner dropped the ball. Did that make a difference? The coaches made the elementary changes that needed to be made. That's real talk. The one thing I got to say, because I got to get it out there for Cherie, Justin Fields' visor, it's got to go. Take the visor the fuck off so you could see everything on the field without a glare, without a fog, without anything. Take it off, and I guarantee as a coach, he's going to raise his level of accuracy and anticipation that much more. I've seen quarterbacks play the game in a certain way, and they're scrambling all over the place. All of them have a shield on. Go do some research on it. Get it off. I'm telling you. And then you gotta understand David Montgomery, Khalil Herbert running the football is going to take you to the next level. It's just going to do it for you. And listen, those wide receivers blocking downfield, there's nobody that could take anything away from Justin Fields from me tonight. He has been erratic. He's been slow. He hasn't anticipated. All of these things tonight, I felt like he was the impetus of victory. He put his team on his shoulders. The guy is a goddamn magician when he's boxed in. How the officials don't call the push on the sideline. How you don't call that. If any other quarterback gets pushed on the sideline it's a flag. And then the worst is on the screen. Now, let me just say this about the screen to Herbert for the touchdown. Sam Mustipher blocks nobody. You're right. Other than that, you see him be an athlete, understand the situation. I got 6 here. I just got to get around this guy. For him to take a shot speared right into the back and not get a flag on that is an insult to not only him, the player, his parents, the whole fucking team. It's an indictment on the NFL that you're going to fucking throw out Mike Pennell and you're not going to throw out somebody that's in the game, hitting somebody in the back. I don't understand it. I don't. Gotta be a penalty there. And listen, if you're a patron and you've watched our tape breakdowns these last weeks, you understand the importance of the interior. Lucas Patrick wasn't a guard. Wasn't. He was a center. You needed to improve that line and get consistency. I haven't watched the tape, but I'll tell you right now, Schofield's presence should not be overlooked in what he did at the left tackle position, not only for him, but also for Braxton Jones. I thought Larry Borum played the worst game he's ever played, but I also felt like the coach needed to help him with Judon, who's an absolute animal out there, and have those chips for him. Other than that, I really felt like the Chicago Bears not only fucking punched the Patriots in the mouth, they got a first round knockdown, right? And then the Patriots battled back, tried to zappify everything and get momentum, and you showed your identity. You said, no, we're the better team. We're the more physical. We're going to run this football. We're going to make plays by Justin Fields. And Justin Fields put on his fucking jacket, and he went there and punched back. And everybody else followed suit. And for that, you can change the entire direction of your season. You build off this. You build confidence off this. And you build the understanding of what you do offensively. It's what we do that you are going to have to stop us. If you go away from this energy again with the Cowboys, you're back to square one. So using those backs, those two backs, using QB draws, getting them out there, throwing down the field, getting these things for Justin is going to be the impetus for success, because right now you got momentum on your side. I'm so fired up for this rant, Shayne. I'm fired up for the Bears. I haven't had a victory like this in a long, long time, where at the end of this game, you're just going down and you're just watching guys have fun playing the game of football. I can't hear you.
That's what I said heading into this, pre-show when I was talking to Ivan. And, we Bears fans deserve a game like this. We can only take, getting punched in the face so many times. And it's nice to see the team, in typical Bears fashion, Phil. We've seen them come out and string together a couple of drives and then fall flat. And then they get punched in the face, but then they're done. It's over.
Right.
You saw this team fight back. And like I said to our patrons at halftime, there's still warts there with Justin Fields. But again, you see the flash plays each and every week. It's not just once or twice. It's 4 or 5 times a game. He's going to have some errant passes, but the more you put around this kid, his play is going to elevate. Like you said, pointing out Larry Borum, that was tough tonight.
It's tough to watch him struggle like that. I mean, he's been struggling, but he's been the least struggle, And then tonight they obviously put a good football. You have to counter that. You have to counter that and match it up. That's where being maniacal was. But listen, Justin Fields, as James is saying, and I know you have a big job, Ivan. The chat room's hot. I'm asking you all to smash that like button. If we're running sprints, you're the gassers. Don't be Will Mookie Hill trying not to touch the line so he can get back quicker than Ivan. You got to smash the like button for us. But Justin Fields honestly had that look in his eye. Listen, the story of last week and the disappointment is the erratic letdowns, right? You had that moment, tipped ball, interception, momentum going. I'm tired of being close. You have to that comment by him, he has to live with. I felt like he took it upon himself that I was not going to lose this game tonight. We're not going to lose this game, and I'm going to play my ass off. And Justin Fields did play his ass off tonight. You have to freaking, no matter where you are. A lot of you people on a ledge are writing me today. I take back what I said. That's why I always say it's very hard to be an analyst and flip-flop back and forth. That's why I don't do it. I don't do
and
it.
how
The
do you look
truth
when
is
you're
in the tape.
when you're
You look like
flip-flopping?
a
You know what I
British
mean?
fuck. That's what you look like.
Well, it's just
Say that.
that. And I mean, people see George Pickens go out and have a nice touchdown last night, and I get it. Yes, that's some place that the Bears need to upgrade. But the Bears did it with two guys that they had higher on their board. You don't draft lesser talents to fill needs. You just don't. That's how you become a former GM very quickly. You're seeing continued growth from Kyler Gordon. That kid got burnt to a crisp the first few weeks. Now he's settling into his role. Have you seen? I mean, is Jaquan Brisker's interception tonight one of the best of the season? I would have to say absolutely it was. The one-handed field.
He's everything I want him to be.
Let me read some positivity here, and this is from directly from NFL research. Justin Fields is one of two players in the last 30 seasons to have 100-plus pass yards, 1+ passing touchdowns, 70+ rush yards, and 1+ rushing touchdown in an opening half. The other guy was Russell Wilson, who has done it twice in Week 15 in 2012 and Week 5 in 2014. And then there's this from Kevin Fishbane. Tonight, the Chicago Bears notched their first win over the New England Patriots since 2000. They had lost 5 straight. First win as a 7.5-point road dog since 2015. They had lost 13 in a row. First win as a primetime underdog since 2020. They had lost 9 straight. And their first win since September 25th, they had lost 3 in a row. So you see these little steps, Phil. And, you know, I know we were bagging on CHGO and the moral victories and stuff, but it's still tonight. Take all of the happiness, the enthusiasm, the excitement over tonight. You have to build on it now. You can't go out next week and lay flat. You can't. You have to build on this. It's part of becoming a team, part of building a culture. You went out there and you defended George Halas.
Exactly.
His win total tonight.
Exactly.
You went out there. That was probably a silent goal for this team, this franchise. It matters to them. 100% it matters. But none of it matters if they go out next week or this weekend and get punched.
Imagine you being a coach and it didn't matter. Pretending like, you know, Aaron Rodgers just said he owned you. Does that upset?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Listen, football is at
Aaron Rodgers got he's got a lot on his own plate to keep himself busy right now. So maybe he should concentrate on that.
Well, I'm just saying, old coaching staff should be offended, and you use that shit as motivation, as fucking drug. It's a drug to elicit who wants to be here and who doesn't want to be here. The Chicago Bears came out there fired up, played really well. Credit to Coach Eberflus making the changes. You lost 2 games, the Giants and the Redskins, because of Velus Jones and muff punts. No one will tell me different. I've been around this game a long time. Think about the fucking momentum shifts, situations. Then you look at the Vikings game and you get stripped. These are stories that are true. You build on these things to what Shayne is saying. This is the first complete game that you put together and you beat someone's ass out there. You played the game like it's supposed to be played. Brisker. And yeah, there's going to be moments in games. They get paid too on the other side. I know that. They do. There are moments where there's letdowns. Jalen Johnson freelancing out there. and they let up a big touchdown. Momentum was there in the course of the game. How are you going to respond? The Chicago Bears responded tonight in a dramatic, amazing fashion. Look at those runs by David Montgomery. I mean, Jesus Christ. And then Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you have a turning point, Phil, where your confidence level just, amped
Justin
up? Mine
Fields
was
hitting Cole Kmet.
That the one on the sideline.
On the sideline when he gets his butt down.
The exact play. Because initially live, I thought he went out. I thought he went out initially. But man, that was the exact play. And you and I had not talked about this. That was the exact play that I earmarked.
90% of Bears games we get in that situation. And I say we because you're allowed on this show and this network to say we, because you live and die with this team. Trust me, I know. I live and die. I took it all day long for Patriot fans at work. We're going to beat the living fuck out of you guys. I have no idea which Bears team's going to show up. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I didn't know which team's going to show up. I know some of the players that are going to show up. Tonight, the whole team showed up, right? That moment where Justin boots out left, I think it's third down. The Bears, it is third down. They squander that play, punt the ball. The other team comes down. They drive. They get a field goal. They get a score. And you're moving the chains on there and running down there, having the presence of mind. Cole Kmet, let's go, let's go. Don't let the New England challenge it. He doesn't know. 1 butt equals 2 feet. John Madden said it. 1 butt equals 2 feet. They hustle down there. They run the ball. Not only they run it, they get about 5-6 yards, burying the Patriots, pushing them back. And I'm like, they're going to win this fucking game. They're going to win this fucking. And sure enough, that's where I'm glad we were both on the same page there. I was just impressed with how they responded. At halftime, I was very agitated. with some of the letdowns on defense because they did the same thing. They went two tight ends, tight end wing. New England went and they score their touchdown. The Bears don't even adjust. They're all laid up inside. I'm like, they're not learning anything. And then the second half, they adjusted. How about this? The Chicago Bears went end over. Yeah. They went end over. They had the tight, and they ran back to the weak side. And David Montgomery hits it up in there. I'm like, I was impressed with Getsy for the most. Then at the end, he's throwing these wide receiver screens. I'm like, cut it out. But let's get Coach Atoshin Sr. Coach Atoshin will be here in a
10-0 there. That was really good by our football team, playing some complimentary football. And then obviously, the Belichick teams, they come
big
back,
smile
and
on
they
this
did a nice job of making it 10-14. Had those 2 quick scores once they switched quarterbacks. I thought we had to do a better job on defense adjusting there. They hit a couple nice plays on us. And then we ended up coming back on them. And to me, it was more about the same. It was our ability to run the ball and ability to convert on third down. And that's what we worked on all week during the mini bye. And I thought the guys did a real nice job with that and end up, getting the takeaway right before half and end up going up 20-14. So that was excellent. And then the second half, our halftime has always been, where you look at it, where what can we do better, okay, and what can we do different? And so we always do that. We always look at that. We always try to anticipate what the other team's doing. And I thought our guys did a real nice job with that. Came out and kicked the field goal on the first series there. And I thought we played complimentary football, throughout the rest of the game. I thought we did a really nice job of getting the takeaways at the end and then converting those to scores. Again, still executing on third down. That really helped us. That was a big part of the game plan, a big part of what we did.
Hell yeah,
and we also had the Dante
You only
Pettis,
punted twice.
It was a little bit of a low kick on that one, but he ended up returning it, to short field there. We ended up scoring on that one as well. So, and then from there, we were just in a 4-minute mode, and I thought the guys did a nice job of sustaining drives in the 4-minute. But overall, a lot of things we worked on this week. with the players. That was a big piece of this. We wanted to work on fundamentals and techniques of your position. My hats off to the coaches, hats off to the players for really doing a great job with the fundamentals of the game. And you say that, you can only do that in 1 week. Yeah, you can, because we've been working on them. And I think we did a really good job of that during the course of the week. We extended individual periods so we can get that done. And I thought that was a big part of it, because what wins football games is the fundamentals. And I thought we did a nice job with that today. I will open up the questions from there.
Matt, what did it mean to you personally to see all of the work translated like this, all of the work translated into you guys having an advantage in all three phases?
Yeah, I think that's really an effect of, stacking, good practices together. And I've said it in the media, in the Chicago media, that hey, we've had good practices. We've been putting good things together. And I think that this is just a culmination of that. We had a chance to take a breath during the bye week and really figure out, what we needed to do and needed to adjust. We're doing well, and some things we needed to tweak a little bit. And no big changes, but just some things that to enhance our players' skill sets. And I thought we did a good job with that. My hats off to Getsy, Hightower, and Allen for leading their units, and they did a nice job.
What did you think of Justin?
Pettis being out there made a huge difference. Huge.
Oh, yeah. Just in confidence alone, catching the ball.
Confidence. I know he dropped one, but was able to get on it. But
Hey, listen, this is your day to celebrate, so I just want to make a couple.
Yeah, like I said to the guys, hey, this is one victory. I thought we played complimentary football. I thought we improved in our fundamentals, but we need to still improve. We're a young football team. We have a lot of improvement to do this week in practice before we play our next opponent. So it's an ongoing process.
What do you think of Justin's total impact in terms of passing and running?
Yeah.
And just keeping everything moving.
What would you think of it? It was tremendous tonight.
Sometimes for the defense, depending on what defense they're in, certainly.
I love the shotgun draw,
design
QB
runs,
draw.
With the run pass off of it, and then also doing some things, just have the ability to scramble and make first downs, and I think that's a big piece. And
that one scramble was a huge play.
We've all seen him around the league, and Justin did a nice job of executing today.
3rd and 16. Oh my God! For him to escape,
I did. Yeah, I did have a sense. I don't know. I just thought we had a sense for that, and because the other guys been playing really good, last 2 weeks. So we thought that if they started with 10, that we might see both of
Fireman
them.
5.
Playing rotation.
I love guys like this.
But we
I
certainly
didn't have him as my number
that.
1. I had him as my number 1B. There's a certain quarterback in Jacksonville that was number 1, but I don't think Mac Jones' story is over now.
I just think it's
But
stacking.
I'm glad that
together.
you're going to do a
You just gotta
recency
keep stacking
bias.
games, stacking
and
practices,
be an asshole.
and just keep executing. It's
And I still
executing simple. It's
never
know what to do,
flip-flop
know
on
how
my
to do it.
rankings.
And that was our mantra. And do it for the guy
Coming
next
off
to
an
you.
injury.
And that's what we're doing. And that's what he did. He know what to do, know how to do it.
Fireman
Make sure you know
5
your
is the
job
guy that wanted
and
to
execute
cut
that
Justin
job.
Fields
And if
last
each guy
week.
does
Just
that, the play that we're running is going to be
keeping it
decent
100.
on offense, defense, or kicking. So we're just trying to do that
Love
one play at a
guys
time.
like that.
What do you see from him that encourages you, that makes you think that he can kind of fully ascend to this level, where these aren't just peaks and valleys?
Well, I just go back to practice. I go back to practice. What we see in practice, when we see it in practice first, you're going to see it in the game. So when you see consistent execution from any player in practice, you're going to see it in the game. And then the game matters.
That
because
second
that's
half
performing,
Bears
So you got to
defense.
perform in the games. So that's an important piece to practice, drill work, practice, game.
Rookies.
So
Rookies.
but you got to do it 1 week at a time. This
On
league
defense.
is 1 week at a time, and we got
Chris
to make sure that
Rook
we're
picks.
squared away
Jordan
and get back to work
exactly.
on Wednesday.
Robinson with the tip.
Robinson played a hell of a football game
No,
tonight.
just being smart. Just being smart. How we
Justin
use them,
Jones played a
with
very good
whatever
game
we're going to
tonight.
do, whatever the run design is, and then him being smart when
Travis
he's
Gibson.
in the open field like that. Either the body
Muhammad
ball
still
boundary to get
drives
out,
me
or
nuts.
just make sure he's getting down.
And
enough.
Robert
he did a
Quinn
nice job with that.
played a hell of a game. He didn't get the sacks, but they
Say it
were
again.
doubling him every down.
That's good for the Bears.
I saw it. That was
Moving forward. Very
totally
good.
in the wrong. He should not do
Exactly.
that. And I
They
told him
knew.
right afterward. And that's not what we teach. We don't teach that. It's not good football.
With Musk, this guy gets benched, and then by the end of the first quarter, he's in
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
old
my
thing
God.
in pro football. The rosters are really small, and man, one thing happens, and you're back in the ball
What
game.
happened to
So
Lucas
Sam
Patrick?
did a great job.
What's the
of having
update
a
there?
positive attitude during the course of the week when we made the move.
I know,
And
but
he's a
is there
consummate
any
pro, and he's the toughest
turf
guy on the
toe?
field. I'll promise you that. And he did a really good job of coming in there and execute.
How hard is that to keep your head? I'm sure he didn't like getting benched.
Yeah, I don't think it's that hard when you have character like him. He's got
Oh
such
my
high
God!
character.
How hard is it?
That's
He
not an issue
sucks on
ever,
tape.
so he's not
He
gonna have
still
an issue with
sucks
that.
now, and he should be benched next week too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the terms of it right now. I'll have to look at it, and I'll let you know later.
Mustafer thing.
I don't know. Yeah.
You have to be carted off. There's something broken.
I know they don't lack confidence, but to actually, especially with Kyler, see it on the field, now be able to carry it.
Of course, he's going to stand up for Sam now.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, first of all, the one Brisker had was pretty amazing. I mean, that was a really good play for him. That concentration, get his feet in bounce.
One
that was
hand
excellent. And then, really the other two interceptions were tips. There were some tips there, but the one that Gordon had, I think it was maybe tipped twice. He had to tip it to himself there, and then
he ran out of gas.
We did, take it up the sidelines. Did a nice job with that. But that fosters confidence, the ability to take the ball away. I think that's a big part of winning football, and he did a nice job.
Did you raise objection to a couple plays before that when Brisker got kicked by Mac Jones on his slide?
Should have.
No,
that was dirty as hell.
Yeah, I didn't see that that way.
Oh, it was definitely a fucking cheap shot.
Yeah.
I know you've walked through Wednesday, but is there anything else different you're going to do to help get guys off their feet?
Yeah, the guys just have tomorrow off, and we're going to get back late tonight. So the coaches, I give them a bit of a break. They can go home and sleep for about 3 hours and come back. And then we got to get going on to Dallas. But the players will have
Sounds
off.
like my
Wednesday,
life.
we'll do a walkthrough practice. We'll have long meetings, and we'll install first and second down.
I have no
get guys off
idea
their
what
feet.
Mike
The next day, and then we'll
Masunas
just
was
roll into
talking.
Thursday. It'll be first,
I don't know
second,
how
third,
anyone
then
watches
Friday will
that
be
and
red
says
zone.
Robert
Because
Saturday
Woods
will be our
It's
normal
called a stat
Saturday, and
scout.
then we'll
Phil.
travel.
It's pretty
So that'll
simple.
be it.
He clearly was identified to. We have to stop him. We have to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting held 6 times by Brown. Brown was struggling with him.
Oh,
They offset
Here's-
penalties twice.
Mike has his reason here, Phil.
Well, I just think that
Is that
it's
good enough
one
for you?
performance, like you said, but it is important. It is important. The
You're
whole
not
country is
watching
watching
tape,
us, and
I'll
I
tell
think
you
that's
that.
important for confidence for the guys. And it's not
He had
about
2
that.
holds.
It's really about for each other.
Both got
It's about
offset.
trusting the guy next to you, knowing he's
Based
going
on
to
a
do his
Bears
job and you're going to do
defensive
yours.
penalty,
Because why?
which I don't-
Because you care about each other. And
I have
I
no
think
idea.
that's important. What we did tonight. What's that?
The fact that they bench
like I
Mustafer,
said,
they
we're just trying
identified
to
that
stack
he's
them
a
together,
problem,
get
which
better.
he is.
We could see it in practice.
He
We
had
were
to
getting
go in
better
there in a
practice. Now
pinch.
we're just going to, hopefully stack these
They
up
saw
and
Bayless
get better
cost
every
you
week.
2 games. You did
Thank
something
you.
about it. In years
All right, head
past,
coach Matt Eberflus.
the Bears don't fucking make those changes. So a credit to the coach to recognize Velus Jones not helping you as a punt returner. You're being you're let down by him and your center, and they're both benched. Now, coach, your Patriots tonight.
Yeah, well, Phil, that it was nice to see the Bears play. In the last 5 years, I haven't seen them play like that. And I tell you,
It's been a lot longer than 5 years, coach.
Maybe 25.
This is where, going, listen to Phil and looking at the games together. And I haven't seen him play this well. But I got to tell you, I have 2 things. We almost made a mistake saying, I don't even know if this kid could read these things. We're talking about
Justin Fields,
quarterback. And all of a sudden, I see this kid as being a superstar. All you really need in this offense is 5 freaking linemen to keep people out. This kid doesn't have to run. He is so accurate. It's unbelievable. Making decisions, he'll make the decisions. But you got that option of having him run. I mean, he's a threat to any team that you play against. I just want to say one thing, and then I'll shut my mouth and listen to you guys. But this coach did something that you could show that the leadership he has. This past week, he put these guys to the test and evaluated them and had them self-evaluate themselves. I'm sure they did. Mm-hmm. And they came back and played like a football team. And that's the key to this game. They were a football team playing. Listen, everybody's good in the NFL, except for that 72 that played for you last year. That's no lie. I got to be telling you the truth. This guy's had everything to do with this team's success tonight. That coach of yours.
I know. I had to give him credit.
What he did this past week to get this team straightened out to play is incredible. And the fact that they're playing the New England Patriots was a great incentive to the kids, and probably 347 or 24 wins tied with Hallis. And it's been on the news every day that one more win and he passes Hallis. All those incentives would be with the Chicago Bears to win this game. But they played their hearts out. There's no doubt about it. And they beat the shit out of the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots, in my estimation, are an average football team. And right now, this is a rebuilding year as far as I'm concerned. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're going to have a tough.
Well, you always talk about pride, determination. You saw it with the Chicago Bears. Shayne mentioned it at the top. I'm mentioning it again. Two things. That Hallis shit, you would have to be the biggest buffoon of a coach to not pay attention to that. Like, you just don't get it because it's such a teaching moment. It's also a piece on a chessboard to motivate your football team to play the way you know how and that you believe. And that's what they got out of there. And they did make the necessary changes, all of which we were talking about all last week. Got to get Velus out of there. I was talking about it at halftime. Shayne, as you know, to our patrons, they'll attest. Velus is going to cost you the game. And sure enough, he fumbles the ball. You give the Redskins the ball at the 5, and you lose. You lose. Justin tries to bring you down the field. It's exciting, but you forget you don't have that muff punt. You win. And then they made the changes. They did. They put Pettis back there at punt return. They got Mustafa the fuck out. They benched him. They put Lucas Patrick at center, and they brought Schofield and played him at guard, and he played a good football game, Schofield. Now, I watched the tape on it, but he held down. Braxton Jones, he's taken a lot of abuse from me. He played a hell of a football. Borum probably played his worst game. That's a great football player that the New England pay. You got to play up to his level. Play up to his level. He wasn't aggressive tonight for me enough. And then, of course, Snagglepuss comes back in, and he's just in the way. To your point, you get offensive linemen in here to help this kid. You're building a future here. Go look at the fucking Miami Dolphins. Go look at their offensive line. First round pick. Talent all across the board. You think that has something to do with Tua improving? Fuck yeah, it does. Then you get some receivers. It all starts up front. It all starts up front.
Without a doubt.
But anybody sitting here.
Now, how is this kid that was hurt? He was knocked out and Mustafa had to come back in. Is he going to be out for any length of time?
They had to cart him out. They're calling it a toe injury. They took him into the medical tent, and then I think what it sounds like to me is they saw that it was a little more significant, so they actually carted him off. They're calling it a toe injury. So to me, it sounds like if they're carting him off for a toe injury, I'm pretty positive it's got to be broken, so he'll be down for a while. But
listen,
we'll see. Hopefully,
Peter
I'm wrong.
Island up the center. Get this kid.
Phil, your point is a great one because they took this time off and earmarked Mustafa already.
Exactly.
with his demotion that you're the issue. So that was warranted. You know, obviously you've been calling for it for a long, long time. These guys finally made that. Now putting him right back into that starting slot doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense.
You got the trade deadline coming up here. I would do anything in my power to get my boy Linderbaum. They ain't gonna give him up in Baltimore.
Right.
But I'd be looking at rosters. I'm sure they are. Ian Cunningham and you, Ryan Pohl, you have to get a center in here. You have to. You cannot. You have an opportunity here. Don't fucking think the Vikings are running away. This win is a huge uplifting moment for you. You have to build on it. You can't go to Dallas this week. I'll be there live from Dallas. By the way, breaking news, Shayne. I'll be here live in Dallas, and they're gonna have to step up and play the way they played again tonight. And I think you really need to make a move. Obviously, you're right. Robert Quinn is a chess piece that you're going to have to use. People need pass rushers. That's what he does.
Yeah, they're saying Philly, Tennessee, the Rams, and I believe there was one other are all in on Robert Quinn.
So there you go. This is the same thing. I'm going to say this again. Don't fucking stat scout Robert Quinn. Come to the network and actually watch me show you what Robert Quinn is doing. They're using 3 guys to block Quinn. That's how much New England was worried about him. And you get Quinn. Hey, Shayne, field turf. The Bears look pretty good on it. Just letting you know.
That's what they're going to be playing on here in about 6-7 more years.
They look pretty good on that field turf. David Montgomery, Herbert, Mooney. Huge catch by Mooney. That throw on the right sideline to Mooney, Shayne. You talked about it at halftime. Justin Fields putting that ball. Mooney getting those 2 toes down. That was a great fucking throw. Great throw.
Right before half. God. And that was, you know, and you see we were waiting for the letdown. I was leading that charge of the Bears go get points right before the half, and there's a minute 52 remaining, and you're waiting for the Bears to get gashed on special teams, give up a big play down the seam, and boom, New England's right in field goal range with a minute left, but that didn't come to fruition. So we started to see some things that we aren't usually seeing as Chicago Bears fans and analysts. But as you said, Phil, enjoy it tonight when you get up in the morning, enjoy it, and by noon tomorrow, you have to turn the page. Dallas is next, and you can't go down to Big D and become the same old Bears a handful of days after you go up to New England and, really come out of there with a lopsided victory.
The Bears beat New England in the kicking game, defense, and offense. All 3 phases of the game, they beat them. And there's no lie in that. You look at the stats. And I'll tell you right now, these players are no dummies. This goes in the memory bank. This is the way you play to win. They've all experienced it now, and they can go and beat Dallas too.
Exactly.
In my mind, they can do it.
There's no doubt in my mind you play that way. I mean, think about where you were. It feels like we've been off the air, Shayne, for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it
was last Thursday.
Yeah, 2 Sundays in a row. We had no Bears L's to look forward to.
Yeah. But you're 100% right, Dad. This is the place. I always talk about surfers.
It's the start. It's the coach. It's the quarterback. It's the team. All 3 phases they won. So
absolutely,
that's
but to your point, that's the message. This is what it feels like. This is where you need to be. This is the gear that you need to be in.
Yeah, this is what you bottle up and take with you. It has to be this energy. Yeah.
Everybody playing as a team. Did you see the energy out there? Dad, you saw. I mean,
Yeah,
you saw it for what it
believe
was.
me, I was thinking that, New England's making a lot of mistakes, and when they scored those 2 touchdowns in a row, I thought that they were going to come back. But you guys just hammered away. That quarterback is the key. He did things that no other quarterback could do. It's taken off on just a straight arrow towards the sideline and outrun everybody on the team and make 20 yards.
That one run where he turns and tiptoes the corner, it's just like he just
incredible.
got 8 yards off that. It looked like he was going to get loss of 2. And
he's just
you're right.
He's an incredible athlete. He's the fastest guy out there. And I'll tell you the truth, he puts an awful lot of pressure on the defensive ends when he starts to take off, because as good as our guy is, he could not catch him. Once he passed him, look out.
Well, and then you saw him unveil the touchdown that he had to Khalil Herbert, the way that he contorted his body. And I mean, though you don't think that Dallas is going to have to be extremely aware of that next week. And I mean, that is what makes a mobile quarterback so dangerous, is when you start to be able to give the threat of the run and then play off that, then you see everything else open up. And we saw a lot of that tonight.
Well, there's mobile quarterbacks, and then there's a kid like him, Justin Fields. He's 228 pounds, and he runs a 4.5 or 4.4.
4.4. 4.4.
Believe it?
Legit.
I mean, that guy is fast and powerful.
When he decided that he wanted that touchdown.
Quarterback draws and stuff. Don't even think about that. You don't need this guy to take shots like he did tonight. He took a couple of good shots. You don't
a couple of them that he didn't get any help from the referees. Yeah.
That cheap shot on the touchdown screen should have been called. That helmet right in the back of the freaking, right in the spine. I couldn't believe it was.
I didn't think that was as he released the ball, they hit him. I mean, I don't think that was a.
Gotta be called. He ducked his head right into his spine. It's gotta be called. Totally disagree with you. I get what you're saying.
I didn't see that.
You tap Aaron Rodgers the wrong way, they're getting a fucking call. Justin Fields.
Think about this now.
Yeah.
The Bears, I think they got one holding penalty. Every play I looked at, your tackles were holding. As a matter of fact, as they were trying to pursue, they were holding. They never called. The flags were not thrown tonight. They let them play. Now, here's another interesting thing I want to tell you. On the news tonight, the 6 o'clock news, I was watching the news, and they said 62% of the people in New England are betting on the Bears. Now, what the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Mean?
You want to know? You want to know something that's very important, Phil? And I was listening to Belichick's presser here a little bit, but one thing that they have up on the screen after the Patriots went up 14-10, and that would have been after you had that hit on Justin Fields. The Bears scored the next 23 points, and that is a step. That is part of building your culture, is when you see your quarterback out there getting beat up, and they're not. Whatever you want to say about the hit, but again, like Borum, you pointed it out in game. He sees Fields get hit, and he just walks away and does nothing. You can't have that as your offensive lineman. As a piece that you want moving forward, you have to be the ultimate protector for your guy like that. And that's what Coach Toshin said right there. The survivability of Justin Fields, it's going to be minuscule if he continues to get hit the way that he gets hit.
That's why
I agree.
And that's why it's so important for an offensive line. We were saying this kid is so accurate. At least I've been saying it. I've been bragging about him until the last couple of ball games. I looked at him. It didn't look like he was reading or too late getting rid of the ball. And I really had a downplay on him, but I don't feel that way now. I think he is definitely a great quarterback,
I
and he's
think
going to be a great quarterback. It's going to be around a long time.
His throwing mechanics still continue. I mean, there's throws in there that he's aiming. And again, that's all quarterbacks. But tonight, I saw some throws over the middle where he's stepping into it and delivering it to St. Brown, to Komet. He's throwing it with authority to Mooney. So he's building off these things. The thing I don't see, and I want it, and I don't know how I want the visor gone. If I'm the head coach, if I see Justin, I'll mention it to him. It's going to improve his ability to see, read, and anticipate a bit more. He's a little slow in his releasing, but again, these are everybody wants to see their quarterback grow. There's no denying that this kid has improved every week. I thought he played good last week. I thought he played dynamic tonight.
Satisfaction and the energy rush of this one tonight.
Yeah, it feels good. Of course, everybody's excited. Everybody was, happy after the win. So, just proud of the way the guys came out, started the game. And of course,
no visor. You got to be stoked.
As long as he's not wearing the visor. Not the visor, dude.
Yeah, I thought they were good. I thought it, brought a whole different element to our offense. So, I think we executed that well, and there were definitely some explosives in that design runs for sure.
On those design runs, to be smart, to find the sideline, make a smart decision there. Is that easier to do when they're designed, when they're called for you and blocked up for you, versus when you're running or you're scrambling?
Yeah, kind of my mindset going in. I wasn't trying to take many big hits, so I knew I had more design runs this game. So I knew I was going to have to run the ball a little bit more. So just being able to last the entire game was big for sure.
You guys talk a lot about.
I like how they ran load. They brought the tight end around and blocked him. He gets around it. Finally, they're doing that. You make this guy a threat.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, playing complementary football. So, offense, defense, special teams, the defense gave us takeaways, and we always talk about +2 with the turnover differential. So, defense did a great job with that. And special teams, we had a few good returns. And first half, I mean, we had, good field position pretty much every drive. So definitely proud of, just everybody, the way they executed today.
I like how his disposition is the same in a loss as it is in a huge victory. It's not like showboat.
I think we had a great game plan
Smiley,
and I'm just, proud of the way everybody came in.
Taunty.
For the RPOs, the rolling pockets, all the things like that. Like how does that help you when you're out there being able to kind of execute some of those things?
Makes our offense more complex. Just getting us out the pocket. Just more design quarterback runs. It just opens it up a little bit more.
Helps.
So,
get those linebackers pulled up so you can throw it over them. That's what it helps.
Take us through that sequence of the pressure got there probably quicker than you were expecting. Kind of had to adjust around that.
Yeah, they brought all out, and that was our second time running that play. And the first time the ball got batted down, so that DN came running free. So I saw him and then kind of just pump faked it, and then went sidearm a little bit. So we work on that, in practice, just maneuvering, the screens around the DN. So of course, it was a great catch and run by Khalil, and really, just a great play call and great execution by everyone. So.
As soon as you completed it, did you see the lane he had for the rest of it?
I didn't even see it. I got smacked on that play. I was asking for the ref or I was asking the ref what he saw on the ref from the pass. That's why I got this
You should have asked because it should have been a penalty.
On that play, so I didn't even know he scored until
totally
somebody came up.
Disagree with my dad on that one. Play that replay. When you see it, helmet right in his fucking back.
I just, my main goal right now is just to, continue to improve each and every day, each and every game. So, again, just going to look at tomorrow, what the film, really tonight, and on what can I get better at and, what I can improve on as an individual and what we can improve on as a team. So,
got to give Getsy some credit.
Focused on getting better each and every day.
I love how he countered formations with plays.
Mm-hmm.
What did that feel like?
I mean, it felt all right. Of course, it doesn't hurt as bad when you score a touchdown on it.
Smash the like button, please.
It's a part of football. So again,
and
can't really do about it. You just got to get up and move on.
Can you smash the like button, dude?
Nah, they were saying that it wasn't. They were arguing with me because I went to the ref saying, like, where's the flag? It's in that, but they were, yelling at me. That's not a flag. It's in that. So they weren't checking on me at all. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna send that video to the league because it's a definition of a fucking flag.
Yeah, just the resilience. Everybody, of course, was devastated after the loss, and just the way we fought. And just the way we prepared throughout the week, I thought, guys.
So Phil, real quick, I just got a tweet, something that I actually forgot about from Jameson 80s.
Halfway through practice,
tell Phil that Justin Fields' visor has to do with his epilepsy because he has issues with bright lights and sunlight.
Today and
take the visor off again.
End of the night with a dub.
Because when you're walking down the street, the bright lights don't affect them. It's the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard. I don't.
Well, not when you're epileptic. It's not.
Visor for epilepsy.
Yeah, for sure.
Look that
down
shit
on
up.
the glare.
Again, we can't
Cuts
get
down
too
on
high
the
on
glare.
the
That's why it's got that
reset,
rosy tint
Wednesday
to it.
And come
It
in
always creates a glare.
Prepare like
you
any
could
other
put
week,
on a
like
dark ass
week.
shield,
know,
then make
our
it
guys aren't
dark.
gonna be satisfied with just this win.
I've worn a
we're just
clear
gonna get back to work
shield.
this week.
It's more encouraging, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I
telling
mean, it's
you,
way more
the
encouraging.
glare on that shit.
Fixing mistakes is always easier after a win. So again, just proud of the guys, and I know they're going to come in on Wednesday with that same energy.
I'm not a real doctor,
same fight that they did,
and neither
last
are
week,
you.
preparing for
So
the
please look that up. I've never heard of it.
No, not really. I think
visor
every win is
protecting
meaningful.
you from
so
lights
I don't take any
in a football
game for granted. So I'm just glad
for
we got the win.
epilepsy.
And again, just proud of everyone. Appreciate y'all.
All right.
I know the quarterbacks that wear visors, right? The kid from Arizona, he wears a visor, right? Who's the Jackson in Baltimore wears a visor, right? Who else wears a visor at quarterback? Who else am I missing? Is there anybody else that wears a visor?
For about 3% of people with epilepsy, exposure to flashing lights at certain
lights
at certain intensities. Phil, dude, you're not even letting
There's
me.
no visor. There's no. I've never heard of this.
The kid has epilepsy, man. You're not even letting me finish the sentence because you think you're right. Got to just.
I am right.
Take a break. Take a. He's
I've
worn it
never
his
heard
entire
of
career.
flashing
Phil.
light.
He wore it through both colleges. He wore it in high school.
I think
because
he
he's
needs to take it
epileptic.
off.
For about 3% of people with epilepsy, exposure to flashing lights at certain intensities or certain visual patterns triggers seizures. This condition is known as photosensitive epilepsy. Photosensitive epilepsy is more common in children and adolescents, especially those with generalized epilepsy. I mean, it just goes on and on, but I mean,
it really does go on and on to bullshit because I've never heard of
fucking,
such.
You're crazy, man. Yeah, you are.
Epilepsy in a shield.
That's why Denver didn't draft the kid because they were worried about his
I've never heard. He goes into the club. Is he wearing glasses? He's going into nightclubs.
I've never been into a club with Justin Fields.
Well, what's his name? Clay Harbor did. So there you go. I take
no
it
idea.
off. I don't believe in that. I will have to talk to some doctors. You're bringing some kid up with some flashing
Phil,
lights.
I'm reading
yes.
this right from the freaking
Flashing
Epilepsy
lights.
Foundation website.
Flashing
Directly
lights.
from it. Directly
It has
from
nothing
it.
to do with a helmet face shield. It's talking about a face shield there. You're talking about a face
You're
shield.
telling me that a face shield that has a slight tint to it doesn't affect or cut down any glare.
No, it doesn't. I've
So
worn the same shield.
So why is he wearing it? Why is he wearing a face
I
shield?
don't
Just 'cause
know.
He thinks it looks
I
cool?
don't know. Probably.
You don't think it's probably because he's got epilepsy in it?
I don't.
I don't get why you're so.
I just
against
listed
that.
the quarterbacks that wear shields for you.
Patrick Mahomes wore a shield. I got a picture of him.
He took it off.
Well, maybe he's not epileptic. Maybe he just thought it looked cool.
50% could agree with you. I don't. And
but I don't think you can.
I don't think to be mad at Shayne.
I don't. No, exactly.
If the
but I
doctor
just
told him to wear it. He's got to wear it.
right.
I think that's a line of shit. Is what I'm saying. If it's true, I'll apologize. I will.
I don't
He
understand.
has to wear it.
I don't understand why you can't.
I've
Take
been
it
in
into
football my whole
consideration.
life. You haven't. I've worn a shield. You
I don't
haven't.
give a shit.
So I'm telling you,
I-
a
it doesn't
shield
mean anything.
fogs up.
Have you ever
and
been
it
an Have you ever been an epileptic football player?
No.
Okay, then stop your rant right there. Then don't go any further.
There is no flashing light. It's a.
What are you
they're
talking
lights.
about?
They're lights.
You telling me that the bright lights on a football field?
Sunlight, the sunlight too?
Yeah, you've
With all
never
those
been in a
things that are
baseball
going
game and
around?
look up and you're
I
like, holy
don't-
shit, that sun's light.
I don't agree with it. If it's a medical thing, I'll agree with it. But listen, sunshines and rainbows, I think you're going to improve your vision and your ability to anticipate. I've played with the visor. It's glary. And if God forbid there's mist, because you're wiping it down.
I see some of the players that I coach had visors, and when you're sweating and perspiring, the shield gets cloudy as well.
Yeah,
you need
that's
to
what I'm
wipe it off.
saying. You're continuously wiping. I just listen.
But the new
There's nobody
the new
saying
rose-
anything about epilepsy bullets. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I'm not saying anything negative about if it's a prescribed visor. Boom, then that's
Yeah.
it.
The purple
That's it.
tint visor that Justin Fields wears is coated with an AFR lens treatment for anti-fog performance and improved scratch resistance, molded to shape the shield to unique. And then it goes on Oakley Plutonite synthetic that sets a new standard for durability, protection, blocks 100% of UVA, UVB, UVC, and harmful blue light up to 400 patented high definition optics. But yes, to me it sounds 100%.
He's
That's
wearing
the
it for
reason.
that. I would have him take it off then during the day. If it's a night game and the lights are on and affects you, I'm just telling you. I think it affects him a bit. God.
Now my DMs are gonna look at this. What do you guys think of this?
The visor never lies.
That was pregame.
Visor never lies. Everybody picked the Patriots,
including me.
I picked the Patriots.
I picked
too.
the Patriots to win 27-6. So
picked the
what the hell do I know?
I didn't pick anybody. I just wanted to watch. I knew that.
I know if I would have wore a
really
shield, I
felt
would have
it was
picked that
gonna be a
game, right,
game.
Coach?
I really felt like it was going to be a game. That's the way I felt.
Oh my God. Listen, if you don't understand the passion and the pride of this show and the Bears, don't make this about anything other than the truth. If I'll take the L, Mo, if it's a prescribed thing, if it's a look thing, or I want to protect my eyes, Jim McMahon wore a black shield. I
That's 'cause
don't
he
agree
stuck
with
a
the
fork in
quarterback.
his eyeball. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't agree with wearing a shield to play quarterback. But if the kid has this prescription, then 100% yes. Does that satisfy Chris Sandlin?
Yeah, that's good enough.
Exactly.
Now, if he doesn't need
here
it,
you go.
I agree with you. If you don't need it, you don't need to put a shield on your eyes because you see better without it.
I played with a cheap visor. That fucking thing was expensive as fuck for me as a young guy. That thing was $128. $128 for a fucking piece of plastic. I remember my dad saying, "You're paying that much money for a piece of fucking plastic." And I remember, anyway, it doesn't matter. And we could get him some. If that's what it's for the record, I'm all for it then. I stand corrected.
Acevedo just called you old as shit.
Oh my God. I guess.
Listen, I'm going to say goodnight to you.
All right.
Enjoy your week, and hopefully you guys can succeed in Dallas. Phil, have a great time too.
Coach, sun's supposed
right.
to be out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Keep those sunglasses on. We don't need you falling over and throwing incomplete passes.
I'll see
Love you,
later,
Coach.
Shayne. All
I'll
right.
see you, Dad. I love you. We'll
Love you
talk.
too. Bye now.
Bye. Yes. The Bears have to build on this. Visors
That's what
and
it's all about, Phil. If they go out to Dallas and lay down flat and return to the Bears team that we are used to, none of today means much. This is you won, so it's not a moral victory, but you want to stack on your success.
That's the line. I think
Right.
people have to understand. It's not moral victories. It's building a culture of winning. That's the moral victories are used, and they were used by other networks where we've debated that we were close to beating the Pack. We were close to beating the Vikings. We performed. We didn't embarrass ourselves. That's a loser's fucking mentality. That's a loser. That's a losing culture. A victory like tonight isn't moral. It's the identity of what you're trying to do. That's why you say, remember this moment. We'll go back to the dude, man. Hey, dude, do you know how to ride a wave? Once you get the understanding of how to get on a wave, if you've ever surfed or bodyboard, there's a moment in the pull, the undertow, and the current that you got to find to catch the wave and ride it. Once you get it, you understand it. That's what you're trying to do with your football team right here. Build off this performance. Build on this performance. Listen, I'll take the L, Jack. My face is here. I don't agree with the visor. But if the visor is for medical reasons, isolate on me, Ivan. Let me send a public service announcement. If the visor is for medical reasons, Phil will go on live and apologize.
Yes!
Medical reasons trump all. There you go. Is that good by the good doctor?
You froze, but it's all good.
I did?
Yeah, it was a frozen moment in time. Saw the big L on your forehead. It's cool, though.
Medical reasons. You didn't hear what I said in any of that?
We heard it all. No, we got you. We could hear the audio, but your face froze. Probably the lights were in your eyes. But go ahead.
I love the fans. But don't fucking twist this, you little fucking troll pussy nerd fucks. Like I'm saying something about epilepsy. God.
Phil also hates puppies and elderly people, but
God. I love people that always look. Why did you like Mac Jones? Yeah, have your fucking moment in time. We're gonna define Mac Jones's career coming off a high ankle sprain.
But that's Phil. We have to expect. I mean, we saw people putting George Pickens in the Hall of Fame last night when he had his first career touchdown. I mean, he had what 66 yards or 61 yards last night, and people are talking about him like he's the next Randy Moss. Yeah, it's whatever.
Listen, I fight for my truth. If it's not an epilepsy thing, will you all take your fucking pride back, you little fucks? No. You'll move on with your life. You can play fucking Xbox, and you'll call it a day and wait for the next thing.
No, we're very economical, my family.
Exactly. George Pickens in the hall. I heard Ogunjobi. We missed the fuck out of that. Oh, yeah. My God.
Makes a couple of run stops, and man, he's having a solid season. I'll tell you that. I don't know. I saw Justin Jones making some fucking plays tonight.
You won't be getting that kind of analysis here.
Yeah.
You won't. And listen, I'll be in Dallas. I'll be around the team. I'll tell them. I'll find out, and I'll be the first one to tell you, I apologize. He's wearing it for a medical reason. Medical reason. And that'll be it. And then I'll know. But I'm not a fan of a quarterback. Is that fair, Ivan? Is that fair? In your opinion? I don't like a quarterback wearing a visor.
If the quarterback doesn't have a medical reason to wear that visor, I will agree with you that I don't like it as well. But if it's for medical reasons, like you said,
I didn't even know that it was a medical reason.
I didn't know either. I didn't know either.
We got little Panther Prancer out there
Jeepers creepers
wants to make me into a bad person. Phil ain't gonna walk an old lady across the street now.
So man, I fucked up, but
oh my God. I'm excited though. Full on victory tonight. All phases of the game. Tevin Jenkins continues to shine. I saw him miss a block.
oh, I was scared tonight on that when he grabbed his shoulder so quick. I'm like, yep. Oh.
Then again near the end, he made a fucking pancake, and I saw him on the ground. I go, get up on Khalil Herbert's run near the goal line.
Yeah, on Khalil Herbert's touchdown, did you see him? Do you remember back in the NFC Championship game when they picked up Bernard Berrien? He picked up Khalil Herbert, like Alan Bratcher style with his Herbert blow up doll, throws it up over his head, and then party's on. But
I had a fucking Karen attacking my son in the game this weekend because my son is so big. And apparently we beat this team, right, Ivan? And then all of a sudden injuries get, I'll tell you this on tomorrow's show. Let me get into my doctor's gear again and say it was an epic performance by Khalil Herbert and David Montgomery that shouldn't go unnoticed. I felt like those two guys, I don't know why, Shayne, Getsy ain't putting them both in the same backfield.
Yeah.
And going cross bucks, throwing them off and misdirection. I really believe those two should be in the backfield together, hitting holes like that. You got I think those two are very talented. To get them back together would be even better in my opinion.
I totally agree, man. That's been an ongoing Chicago Bears issue going back to Raymond Harris and some dude that won the Heisman Trophy. I don't want to, bring up bad stuff for
Rashaan Salam,
Italian running backs, but yeah, you Chester Taylor and Matt Forte. They always had these dual running backs that they would always talk in the offseason. Oh, we're gonna get creative. We're gonna put both these guys in the backfield at the same time. I mean, even Garrett Wolf and Thomas Jones and Cedric Benson. You always heard that. They never do it. But one of the unheralded heroes, and I know Cars was pointing it out in game, and so was Ryan Cox, was Blossingame.
Big two heroes.
Yeah.
Blossingame and Wesco.
Yeah, that's a dude.
Wesco's handling fucking this dude better than Larry Borum was.
Yep.
I know Ryan Cox said the same thing.
Yeah, Blossingame is a guy that I'm going to and extending right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, you've earned it. I want you part of this. Here you go.
I think he needs to be involved more.
Yeah, totally agree.
No, I agree. If Phil was talking about it, I'm sure he was going to mention just the passing game. Get him involved. Like you've seen him be wide open in certain situations.
Get him in the flat.
You need to get him more touches. Not that a fullback needs to get 100 touches, but more touches than he's getting right now. He can be explosive if he gets open.
I really believe he's got to be a threat. Even you got to get it on tape. So you put people in positions. This is the perfect weekend going up against Dallas where this kid, 11, is going to be flying around, coming up the field. You loop out that fullback as if he's going to kick him out, get him underneath, Justin, throw it over to him, get blazing game in the flat. As you're running the ball, this is the time. I really agree. I didn't know you guys were texting. Him and Wesco were my under the radar offensive key players. Those two guys, because I felt like they were picking up blocks physically handling them. Mm-hmm. And listen, Cole Kmet came to play. N'Keal Harry, his presence was good to see a bigger player out there.
I want to see him incorporated into some of these red zone packages. And
exactly.
Let's give Ryan Poles. I know he takes a lot of heat from a lot of people that have no patience, and understandably, as Bears fans, that is hard. But part of the process that they went through with the guys that they brought in at wide receiver was their ability to block downfield. And now you see Harry get in there. Pringle is obviously out, but you see these. I want to see a package with Harry in the red zone. And Phil, I texted you, and I just like I do every week in game. I'd love to see some slant passes to N'Keal Harry, get him incorporated a little bit more. He's got that, bigger body. He doesn't have as big as a catch radius as you'd think he would for a player his size, unfortunately, but that was good. That his confidence level has to be probably as high as it's ever been in the NFL for him to come back to his old stopping grounds, have a big catch, coming off of the high ankle sprain. So that's another guy that you want to see his package expanded. And I know, as crazy as that sounds, you can probably clip that, expanding packages. But you want to see him have a bigger role next week in Dallas.
Listen, a lot of good things tonight to celebrate. You haven't had a victory like this, a complete one. I felt like the Bears showed class at the end by taking a knee. You could have pounded Herbert or David Montgomery.
I wanted 40. I wanted 5. Screw it, because Bill would have did that shit. Bill would have shoved it down your throat.
Peyton Manning in the Manning cast said, when you have a chance to put up 40 in Foxborough, you don't pass it up. Don't care.
Did he say that?
Oh, yeah.
Did he say that?
Yes, he did.
I want to get some of that Peyton Manning stuff for Wednesday's show. I'm interested to hear what he has to say.
I'm going to go through. I DVR'd the game, and I DVR'd the Manning cast separately, so probably won't be able to sleep too much tonight after a big win. That's always usually an issue for me, but I'll be throwing that on there to see, because I'm sure those guys, they've been extremely complimentary of Justin Fields and his season. So I think Bears fans should try to look at the bigger picture. I would be way more concerned with Justin if I'm not seeing almost on an every series basis flashes, not just one a game. I'm seeing these almost every single series. There's mind-numbing mistakes, like when Mustafa's running around like the village idiot, not blocking anybody. Throw the fucking ball out of bounds, Justin. I mean, it shouldn't be. How many times have we seen Mitch Trubisky back in the day? He would be famous for that. He would walk out of bounds. I'm like, dude, that's bad football acumen right there. You want to see those. Every yard matters with this team, let's be honest. But we'll see. At least we're seeing the flash plays that are like, wow. So that's big.
Big night for Justin Fields. Big night for the running backs. Darnell Mooney. I don't know all the stats, but I do know that
right there at the bottom of the screen, sir.
These players went out of their way to play this game the way it's supposed to be played, and I feel like the final score is indicative of that. I think it's that simple. You play sound fundamentals. You play with effort. You get to this kind of level where you're winning like this. This is how you have to play every Sunday, though. I don't want to see the letdown and the full tank of errors and have to rally. You should honestly be another. You definitely should have beaten the Washington Commanders. There's no doubt in my mind. And the Giants. Those are 2 more victories. You can't have those letdowns. And here you sit. So now you got to go into Dallas. They won this weekend, correct? They beat Detroit, right? So now you got to go into Dallas. They were coming off a loss. They got their quarterback back, Dak Prescott, and you set the tone there. Keep doing what you're doing here. Tonight, Getsy called a great game. Defense, couple things they got to keep working on, setting the edge. Continue to do that in the
see
red
who
zone.
started at Sam Backer tonight?
I did not.
Sanborn.
Really?
Yes,
I
sir.
missed that.
I did not see that.
I didn't see that either.
Yes, he did.
Well, they were nickel like 90% of the game. That's why. When was it in the goal line area?
Have it over, Phil. I wrote it down, and then I saw. You can probably look back. I might have been trying to think who was talking. Somebody was talking about it. I have it over in my notes. I can grab it and put it up for our patrons and let them know what it was. But yeah, he started. He started Sam Backer tonight.
That's going to be huge to see some of that. Hopefully, again, this is going to be a busy week for TTNL. Tomorrow, we have the Super 16 Poll Show with Chris Zorge and myself. 8 o'clock East, followed by Keeping It Fantasy with this guy down below us. Chris Jackal and Claudio the Barber giving you your fantasy needs. Then on Wednesday, we will have Dion Miller joining us to talk about what she saw. What is the expectation? Who are these Bears? Who are these Bears on Keeping It 100 Wednesday night? You're going to have to pay close attention because this week is a travel week. I'm actually going to Dallas to cover this. So how we're going to do BHL and all that stuff, we're going to have to huddle up on that and pay close attention.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure all that stuff out.
I'm going to have Ivan on. He's going to do the Ivan Vargas laugh, and we're going to wrap it up right from there.
The Ivan Vargas Visor update. Next BHL. There you go.
Sounds like a good place to wrap.
Let's wrap it up here. One other thing I want to say. Cairo Santos.
Money.
Cairo Santos.
If anybody makes fun of the Chicago Bears kicking circus, tell them to go fuck themselves. He wasn't directly involved, but it led you to him. They traded for Eddie Pinheiro, who was directly involved. He got hurt, and that led you to Cairo Santos. And I'm not sure there's been a better kicker within the NFL, better statistically, than Cairo Santos has been in his second stint in Chicago. I mean, he's approaching levels of Mr. Automatic for me. I was interested to see his 50-yarder because that's usually where he has struggled with the 46 plus, but he banged that through.
Hey, he was consistent. It's so funny. I got suckered in at last minute to play a fantasy league that they already have like a dynasty. I'm like, fine, because I'll just do it as a friend, and I did the draft for them, and I replaced Cairo Santos this week with another kicker. Of course, Cairo goes out there.
Bullets probably talked you into that. Bullets is a anti-Cairo guy.
Well, Cairo came to play.
He just found out we released Paul Edinger. Bullets did, so he's all fucked up.
I will keep it 100 with you on BHL. I took over a team. It already had Aaron Rodgers as its quarterback. So Aaron has played so shitty because I just leave him in the lineup. It's because of me, Shayne.
Yeah.
He's having a bad year, and I'm I'm fine. I'm fine with losing. But anyway, the Chicago Bears victorious here in the backyard. I know Alex H. and Craig Wilfong. Anybody else out at the game today?
I think
they're probably still in line.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're gonna be in line
a
long.
The single lane out of there,
burning down houses.
Yeah.
The Redcoats are coming.
Oh my God. Belichick sucks. We need to fire him.
Exactly. Belichick sucks. What was he thinking? Mac Jones is terrible.
You lose to the Bears. All right. Bears 33. Patriots 14. Gotta love it.
33-14. We'll be back. Remember, keeping it 100. This Wednesday night with Dion Miller. BHL will be back after Bears Cowboys. We'll figure it all out. Join us live Wednesday night as well as tomorrow with the guys and Chris Zorich in the Super 16 poll show. For Shayne, do you have a final thought?
No, man, enjoy it. We deserve it as Bears fans. Chubbs had a thing on Twitter saying how excited he was, and I just, I replied to him saying that all Bears fans deserve this, man. It sucks. I mean, even the fucking Bulls.
I'm just a fan.
Bulls won, Bears won.
Bulls won, Bears won.
Yeah, Yankees lost, so it's all last night. So it's all good in my life.
Hey, enjoy the victory. Smash the like button. Become a patron. We'll be breaking down all of this stuff for you with the truth. There'll be no flip-flops. There'll be no turning the page on bullshit. We will talk about it. For Shayne Marsaw, for all of you fans, shout out to you. Enjoy the victory. I'll be the first one to tell you, Shayne, I didn't believe it.
Me either.
Bears did it. They did it, and they did it in a way that I am so proud. I'm going to go to bed happy tonight that the Chicago Bears, led by Justin Fields, I think that's the most important takeaway here. I think my dad was saying it. I think you're saying it. I'm saying it. You're going to get some negatives, but...
You know who else is saying it?
Who?
Very good, guys. Have a beautiful day. I know I will.
Thank you for watching Bears Hour Live, the best post-Bears game show on the planet, on the Tape Never Lies Network.